Adrian, I've learned something here in the last 2 minutes. We've been screwing up poor Gilles' name for the last, 3 or 4 years now since he's been at UTEP. It's crazy.
Steve, I didn't know that. Yeah, it is crazy. I didn't know this at all.
Let me see. There we go. Now we got you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I didn't know this on my end. I'm happy that we know this now. And what a great time, because we know this right before we get ready for senior day on Saturday.
We got to turn that music down a little bit from Sammy Hagar. We'll do that right now. But yes, so apparently the correct pronunciation is not Gilles Dekoninck, like we've been saying. It's Gilles Dekoninck. How about that? Gilles Dekoninck.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right, Steve.
Am I close on that? Are we close?
You're really close. Really close. You nailed it. It's like you're from Belgium. The way you said it sounds like you're from my hometown, so good job.
I appreciate that. Although Alfred Hollins is also with us right now. And Alfred, you told me you've got different names for him, right? It's not, you don't have to worry about just calling him Gilles or Gilles. You've got other names.
Yeah, we call him G Money or GQ sometimes. He's the best dressed on the team, man. I give it to him, fashionable guy.
I like that.
He's lying.
No, he's a fashionable guy, man. He's a model, so we give it to him.
Gilles, what do you prefer? Do you prefer G Money or GQ? Which one?
G Money, because I feel like GQ is a little it's just too much for me. G Money is cool, it's funny, I like it. GQ, it's a little too much for me.
Well, I hear you. Listen. All right, G Money, we appreciate your time being on with us. Alfred Hollins with us as well. Alfred, what's your nicknames? I mean, everybody's got nicknames. Gilles, what do we call number 15 on the team? What's his nickname?
Al. We call Al, Big Al. Man, that's how it is, Big Al.
Yeah, Big Al. Yeah.
You like what do you prefer, Big Al?
Yeah, Big Al, cool. Or like Souley now be like Beeman. I don't know what that means, but yeah, you just say Beeman. So we should be going with that. But definitely, yeah, Big Al's cool. Al's simple, easy. Everybody calls me so.
He calls you Beeman?
Yeah, it's from a movie. It's just it's an insider. It's real funny. We all got nicknames for each other, so it keeps our camaraderie and our team pretty close. I think us just cracking jokes on each other and having nicknames for each other.
I like that. And by the way, I mean, you think about this. This was Gilles' 4th season with the team. He came over when Rodney Terry first arrived here at UTEP and been here, and he's getting ready to be honored Saturday on Senior Day. You just came this season. So tell me a little bit about how you were able to bond with this group when you arrived here in the last summer from Oregon State.
Yeah, I bonded with these guys pretty quick. I mean, we had like a well-diverse team. Everybody was open. There was really no egos when I got there. So it was really easy. Everybody was welcoming me with open arms, from the coaching staff to the players to the community. So it made the transition real easy. And yeah, I think just us, like I say, just throughout the time. And G probably know from our camping trip and stuff. I think we really grew from there and just doing activities and stuff, getting to know each other. No service, so we had no choice to talk. Just do like little things like that, throughout the course of the season. A lot of adversity we faced with injuries and COVID. I think just made us all come together and help my transition. So, yeah.
Had you ever been on a team bonding camping trip before?
Not like that one. No, that one was different. It was like in the woods, no service, but we had lots of fun. Man. We did just competition stuff, paintballing, just, coach made like team hikes and stuff. So it was good. We all just getting out of our comfort zone, just getting to know each other. I think that really made us close.
Gilles, what was that? Yeah, what was that like for you? Just out of curiosity, since you spent 3 seasons with a different staff, what was that whole experience like for you?
It was, you mean like the camping trip or just like the overall?
I'll say this, give me the camping trip, but also what the overall experience was like for you. Sure, we'll take both.
Well, the camping trip was definitely different. We got a great feel for the coaching staff early on, and it was really fun. Also weird to be, disconnected nowadays in the social media world, where we were cracking jokes around the fire and hearing stories from Coach Boykins in the NBA, and it was a really good time. And the team definitely got a lot better after that. And I would say, with 3 different staffs, I mean, Coach Terry's staff was pretty much the same. There were some minor changes, but the transition from Fresno State to El Paso went pretty good to UTEP. I would just say maybe to change with Coach Golding. At first, I was a little hesitant because I was, with Coach Terry for 4 years, the coaching staff. I mean, they saw me more than my family did. So I was really close with them, and seeing them leave, I had questions, but Coach Golding, he did an absolute amazing job of just being there, playing like almost like a father role, and really embracing us as young kids, in college. So, but it's been great, and all three staffs have been all very welcoming, very warm-hearted. So yeah, it's been great.
Alfred, for you, you come from Oregon State as a graduate transfer. What was your transfer process like, and why did you decide ultimately UTEP for your final stop?
The process, it was really long. It was my first time in the transfer portal or stuff like that. So just talking to a lot of different teams, figuring out the best fit, and ultimately, with Coach Golden and the coaching staff, they gave me a call. I knew Sule from back home and stuff too, so I made it a lot easier. But just talking to him, man, you heard the passion in his voice, and G could attest to this. If you talk to Coach Golden, he's always with energy, like with passion. So that speaks volume, player, coach, and just the whole process. It was just figuring each other out, just trying to develop a great fit for me, not only on the basketball court but educational wise as well, academically. So. I know when I got on the phone with him and Coach Cox and the coaching staff, them guys had a really good, great game plan set up for me going into my last year. And it felt like something that, we could make a lot of history and just, turn a lot of heads and prove a lot of doubters wrong. And I think that's what we've been doing since I got here, just turning the program around for better, doing things that haven't been done in a couple of years, or winning on the road, and just his, I think his intensity and just him, being detailed with his players, being a player coach, made my decision, a lot easy.
Al, how far back do you go with Sule? When did you first really get to know each other?
AAU ball growing up. I played for the San Francisco Rebels. He played for the Oakland Rebels. So and then just being in the Bay Area, we just knew it from each other. So I would have to say probably like 5-10 years, by like 5-7 years maybe. We've been knowing each other. Yeah, probably around that time since youth ball, AAU, growing up and stuff like that.
Was there a pretty good rivalry between the two of you? Because those two teams, was San Fran AAU and Oakland AAU pretty competitive?
Yeah, it was. The whole program, us both being Adidas team. So we always play against each other. And just the battle of the Bay Area, just Oakland versus San Francisco. But through those times, we got to know each other, and it's just respect level on both parts for each other. I respect what he could do, is vice versa. So we was just real close, and I think we became closer just coming to college. This is my first time actually playing on a team with him. Usually I play against him, so it was a little weird, but when I first got here. But it's been good though. We just respect each other on and off the court. So definitely a genuine friendship.
Real quick follow-up on this one, Alfred. What is it like going up against Sule? It must be frustrating because if you're getting a bunch of fouls called against you, you must be a little frustrated there.
Luckily I don't have to go against him no more. But when I was, definitely just growing. He's a great scorer, man. A 3-level scorer. He has a knack to getting the ball in the basket. So it'll be very frustrating. But luckily, me, I know a couple of tactics to get him out of his game and just knowing him from growing up and stuff. So it's fun though. But just man, he's a nightmare for the defense for sure. Just him being able to open up the floor, like I say, score on all 3 levels, and his IQ is, I think, underrated as well.
Gilles, for you, growing up in Belgium, I mean, you probably don't have AAU ball there like we have here. Was that one of the reasons why you made the decision to come to prep school and have the chance to play in the States?
So we don't have AAU ball. Actually, the only reason I came to the United States in the first place was because I wanted to do like a gap year, because I was initially going to study in Belgium and going to play for a pro team or a club team. But then after I didn't know a lot about college when I was in my prep school, and I just learned more. And then from one thing came another, and that's when I kind of got in contact with Coach Madsen after my prep school year, and he had kind of been the person that got me to Fresno State. So in a way, that's been kind of like the reason. For me coming to the United States at first, because, basketball in the United States, it's always like the courts are pretty, style of play is different. It's so different from Europe in many ways. And I had a great experience in the prep school, and I looked into the opportunity of going to college. It was there, and that's why we're talking right now, right? So
Exactly. What was it like growing up in Belgium? Tell me a little bit about what that experience was like for you.
Growing up in Belgium, I'm from a really small town, about like 20 to 30,000 people. And I had just always played for my hometown team, which is a really, really small club. And I tried to take basketball serious around like 16, 17, which is crazy because in America, they get really serious around like 13, 14, now even younger, and they have like all these camps set up. And it's not like that back home at all. So when like a special talent, like a talent from like Europe, let's say like Luka Doncic, like a player like that, like they play in a pro club in the best division when they're 15, 16 years old, like in Madrid or at these top teams. And, we don't have college sports. So if you make it in Europe, it's through a club team. And if you get scouted to America, you have to, really play in a club team. So, and it's hard to get on the radar in Europe because there's a lot of club teams all over Europe. But I took it serious around 16, 17 for 2-3 years, and I've gotten better. I've got my growth spurt, and yeah, from there on, got scouted for the prep school.
That's wild. By the way, just out of curiosity, since you're talking about, 16, 17 in Belgium, how old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay. So 23, and this is really your fifth year in college, correct? So you came into Fresno as an 18-year-old.
Yes, correct. I came into Fresno as an 18-year-old, and I left the United States when I was 17.
Wow.
So it's been quite the journey, honestly. It's been 6 years, and now I'm trying to apply for my green card, which is not that easy. But it's been quite the journey, a lot of experiences. I've seen a lot through basketball, and the places basketball has taken me. It's absolutely incredible.
Al, could you imagine yourself kind of where Gilles is, where you're 18, you leave the States, you move to Europe, and you spend the next 4 or 5 years playing ball in Europe away from your family like that?
Man, I have talked to him. That's a wild journey, But it's just a testament to show type of person is. Change is good sometimes. So him taking that leap of faith and coming out here, expanding, his goals and stuff like that. I think that says a lot. But yeah, definitely wild to. I didn't even know that, so that was wild to know, just to hear and listen firsthand his story and stuff like that, and what got him here. And everything happens for a reason.
It sure does. Our conversation here this hour is with Alfred Hollins and Gilles Dekoninck, a pair of minor seniors who will be honored on Saturday as UTEP gets ready to host North Texas. Huge home swing for UTEP, by the way, with Rice on Thursday and then North Texas on Saturday. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We appreciate you both, again, giving us the time today to talk and talk about the two of you and kind of how your seasons have gone, how the team has gone. Al, I'll ask you. I mean, the Miners have a winning record in Conference USA. I think that, this team is saving their best for last. With Keontae coming back, that made a big difference against UAB, and a game you guys, I'm sure, feel like you had a great opportunity to win. You played a terrific game in that one, and it seems like, Al, you always do the little things that don't necessarily show up in all the stat sheet, but you make the big rebounds, you're guarding hard, you get a couple of big baskets, and it seems like, again, you might not have to average 12, 15, 20 a game, but a lot of Miner fans appreciate the effort that you've been able to give.
Yeah, just like you say, man, little things. We have talented scorers and Sule, JB. I think those guys do a good job of being our primary scorers. Me just as a basketball player, even with coach, just coming in, my main focus wasn't scoring. I know if I needed to or something, I could get knocked down a shot or get to the basket or create a play for others. But like you say, just taking part in little things, that don't show up in the stat sheet. The things that people might not want to do that goes a long way for the team. Just extra effort plays, just bringing the energy. And, with our team, Coach preach every night, it's going to be somebody night. It may be, a Sibley night or a Keontae night or a Sule night. We just come in there, just I go in the game, try to focus on what I can control, and that's effort and energy. And sometimes, I just go my hardest, and it goes out, and gives results.
I'll say this, though, as far as your offensive game goes, I think 10, 12, 15 feet out, you're pretty automatic. That's the one thing I've noticed. And when you get a look, and it seems like in the last couple of games, you're looking for your shot a little bit more because teams are giving it to you. So if you're getting an opportunity, you know what? Why not make them pay?
Yeah, just taking what the defense gives me within the offensive system, no one to force anything or take us out of a groove. But, coaches, coaching staff and my teammates, give me that confidence, if I get the open shot or open look or the mismatch, take advantage of it, be aware of it. And, they confident in my playmaking ability and stuff. So that does speak volumes for me, and it does a lot just going into a game mentally, knowing that I got them behind my back and they got have their support.
Al, I want to ask you about this previous road swing because it seemed like this did a lot for your team chemistry. I don't know if it's going to set you up and propel you for March, but did you guys have those kind of conversations? How crucial the road swing against Louisiana Tech and Southern Miss was?
Oh, for sure. We talk about that all the time. Just taking advantage of the moment. Coach, as coach, I have to call it playing with house money. Going against La Tech, they were dubbed the better team, more physical team. And, we want to come out and make a statement. To show people that the Miners are here. And here for a long time, and I think we've been doing that, proving a lot of people wrong. And as you see, you come to the game, a lot more fans in the stands, and just the energy is different. The camaraderie with our team, just the adversity we've been through with injuries, COVID, other things that's taking place. So we just try to stay focused, stay together. Kind of block out the outside noise. I think that does a lot when we go to a game, and it's we look at it as we're going into war. You're going into war with your soldiers. You got each other back. Everybody's on the same page, and there's just one goal, and that's winning and having success, with the team and that results to individual success as well.
Al, I thought the building was more alive on Saturday than it's been all season long. Give me your thoughts on that.
I would agree. Some games, early in the season, it was kind of dead. We could hear each other talk, and then last game, Saturday, man, we barely hear play calls. I'm running down the court asking, what's the play? Asking the coach, and that's rare. I catch myself having to do that. So just seeing the fans come out, and like you said, it does a lot for us too. We take consideration. We notice that we know we're on the right path, and we're making a change for the better in the UTEP community. We just going out there, just playing hard, giving the fans a great game, great effort. And man, it was packed. It was packed Saturday, so it was great to see that support from the fans and the community.
Al, what about for you? It's your first season with the team and your only season as a grad player, but because you've had a chance to go through the battles all these years with Oregon State in the Pac-12, do you take that leadership role and kind of mentor some of the younger players that are still very new to UTEP?
Oh, for sure. Just like you say, being an older player on the team, having that experience at that level, I try to. I'm never some guy who's selfish. Always, even any information they want to know, I give it to them. Or if I see one of my teammates make a mistake or something or make a wrong read, I just come to the side, talk to them, constructive criticism. And that's one thing I think our team is very good at, have grown to be better at, is holding each other accountable. So. Nobody takes it personal. We know it's all within the lines of the game and just trying to make the team better. So definitely me with my knowledge and just my experience, I want to give it to my team as much as possible, no matter what position it is or whatever it is, I'm always an open book and they know that as well. So yeah, most definitely.
Biggest difference you've seen this season compared to Pac-12? So kind of give me a little bit of a compare, contrast, CUSA basketball compared to Pac-12 basketball.
I would say
finally a tough question. It's only taken me 25 minutes to throw something at you that you had to think about a little bit. So tell me about that one.
Let me think. I mean Pac-12 is definitely bigger players. I would say the skill level is there, it's just it's more like kind of West Coast, more easy going in the Pac-12. And then Conference USA, definitely a lot more grittier that I've noticed, smaller teams, but they press you, they up the lane a lot more. In the Pac-12 it was a lot more relaxed. Man, that's a tough question.
So you could say almost more physical play in Conference USA on a night-to-night basis than you'll sometimes see in the Pac-12.
Sometimes, yeah, just because a lot of players in the Pac are skilled, so it's more of a finesse game, and in the Conference USA, it's more banging down low, banging, and it's a grimier game, grittier for sure, and especially with UTEP and the way we guard. We're going to be in a dogfight. Coach preach up the lane and jumping past lanes and taking away the help and stuff like that. And when I come from Oregon State, it was more so zone. stay with your man, help the helper. So just getting used to the systems has definitely been something that I've taken a challenge, accepted a challenge with. So yeah, but I would say definitely a more grittier conference here than Pac-12.
For both of you guys, and I'll start with G Money. I want to ask you guys, now that we're reflecting on college basketball careers here, who are the best players that you either played against or played with now that you're having to kind of reflect back on your career? I'll start with you, G Money, and then go to you, Al.
Ooh, I would say at Fresno State, I played against Daniel Geffert he played at Arkansas at the time. And he was doing some crazy stuff that that was my first experience of playing in like a big facility, high energy. He was sold out. Coach Terry was like riled up. He was like ready to go. And then the game starts off, and I think Gaffer like steals. Like, this is like a 6'10", 6'11" big man. Like, he steals it, goes all the court, does a windmill. Next play, like he reverses alley-oop on one of our big men. And I was just like, this guy's crazy. And then next year he was in the league. But yeah, he's crazy. I've seen a lot of good players, man. That I've played against in college. In college, or just like at all times?
I guess all time. Well, for you, because you played international.
I have a core memory. I have the first pickup game I played in America was in the YMCA in Huntington, West Virginia, and Miles Bridges was on my team. Because he used to play for Huntington Prep the year before. He was at Michigan State, and I had never seen anybody jump that high. And this guy's crazy. And I think Thomas Bryant was also there. Just a bunch of players, and then they had Keldon Johnson there as well, and he's now playing for the Spurs. And yeah, but probably Miles Bridges. I was so impressed with his athleticism, and it was crazy.
Al, what about for you?
Sheesh. Man, I played against some great players. I would have to say one person who game I always respected that I played against is Remy Martin. Man, he was at Arizona State, but he's at Kansas now. He's a dog, man. Like, and we played AAU together on the same team with the Soldiers, but just playing against him at Arizona State, the way he ran that team, man, it was impressive. Man, who else? Alonzo Trier and DeAndre Ayton. That year when it was at Arizona, that was that was tough. That was a tough team. DeAndre was I don't know, he was like number one pick and stuff, so it was crazy to play against him. And we actually played high school together too, so it was interesting to be on separate teams. But like him, man, I'm trying to think who was Lou Dortz at Arizona State was pretty good. You had Aaron Holiday. He was one of the best generals I put against for sure. Like Aaron Holiday at UCLA, he controlled the offense. It was pretty impressive to see how much talent they had and how he had everybody in check and was the leader, the snake of the pack. As far as who I play with, Trace Tinkle for sure. He's one of the most accoladed persons at Oregon State history. He's one of the most accomplished players with the scoring record, first team, everything. He's an all-around solid individual. Ethan Thompson, one of my closest friends, he's also was a great player. Who else, man? Drew Ebanks, he plays for the Spurs now. He shot blocker. Kyler Kelly. And as far as here, Souley is probably one of the most like pure scorers I've played with and I've seen. Like Souley, I mean, you guys know he has a knack for getting to the basket. Like he's for his size and be able to do what he do on a night in, night out basis is pretty impressive. So I say he's probably one of the best scorers I didn't. For sure, one of the best scorers I didn't play with and played against.
Nice answer. Gilles, you mentioned, earlier Miles Bridges, but what about Bryson Williams? You spent 4 years with him in Fresno. Now you're getting a chance to see what he can do on the big stage out at Texas Tech. Yeah,
I was going to say as well, Bryson Williams and Sue have been probably one of the best people I've just played against. Like, I was so impressed with Sue the first time I played pickup with him at UTEP, and just his shooting ability is like his ability to get space off and like pull the trigger so fast and just knock it down like consistently and like not be phased. That's when I was like, man, because he had to sit out that first year. But I was like, that second year, we got a real dude on our team. And then Bryson is like, I was Bryson's roommate for 3 years. And I don't think I know a guy more deserving of like a spot on like an NBA team than him. Like he's like the hardest worker I've just ever met. Like he was so into basketball, everything he could do. He like breathed basketball, and I was like, man, this guy is just he deserves it. You know, he put work in even during quarantine. Me and Bryson were quarantined. Like he would like still get up like early, run like he was like researching what healthy foods were, you know, so he can eat healthy and stay fit over quarantine. He was just about it. Like basketball was his thing, and you know, you guys seen it. You know, scoring ability, defensive ability, just his mindset. He's a real dog. Like props to him. He really made himself that player, and he's continuing to grow at Texas Tech right now as one of their best players. So yeah.
Gilles, how tough was it for you to have that decision a few months back with your head coach and tell Coach Golding that you needed to ultimately look at your personal life, your business interest, and what you've been doing, and take a break from the team, really to kind of jumpstart your career?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking that, because it's definitely been tough mentally, because basketball has been such a big part of my life, and it still is. But it was a big change, and I felt it coming. Like I had been doing the internship already the year before, and I was weighing out options and seeing how the season went, and it was just making a pros and cons list and evaluating things. And but it was a hard decision. I had real talks with my parents too, and the possibility of staying in America. They didn't really like to hear that, but they would do anything for their son, and they've been very supportive. And it's not been easy. It's definitely been stressful, but I feel like I'm handling it, and I handled it pretty well. So, but I'm living it what I do. I have absolutely no regrets. I still love basketball, but it's just a matter of looking what's best for you, and sometimes along the initial goal, there's different ambitions that pass by and different opportunities, and I just happen to like it. So.
But I also know that Saturday is going to mean a lot to you, and also to Al. You have family your family's already in town, Gilles. Al is coming in for Saturday's game against North Texas. You're both going to be honored, and that's a real big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's like kind of like it's just a real moment, bittersweet. Just taking in all the moments and the hours sacrifice. Just been put in over the years, man. It's a bittersweet moment, but something to embrace, and just like you say, one of the moments you would never forget. Just going out the last hurrah with your guys you started with. I'm very appreciative of the season and the coaching staff for thinking about me and thinking I'd be a great fit for the school. We both helped each other out in major ways on and off the court. It's just been very mind-opening, mind-blowing, just surreal, just being with the players, getting a bond with my teammates over this course of the time, and then just the community of El Paso as well, being accepted, taking a transfer, taking me in open arms. I appreciate that.
Al, did you have a senior day at Oregon State last season?
No, I didn't. I transferred a couple games into the season, so I didn't finish the season out with the team. I kind of transferred early on, so I didn't have a senior night with them.
So this is your first senior night of your college career, which tells me even more about how much this is going to be for you.
Yeah. So I've seen many of them. Being in college, many years that I have, I definitely seen it. Usually, and it's not your night. You kind of like, oh man, okay. But now it's my night and my day, so it's definitely something to embrace and just take a memory forever, man. So yeah.
Gilles, what about for you? Your mom's already in town. She's cooking for you during this interview. So you tell me what it's going to be like to have your family in town for this one.
It's like Al said, it's a bittersweet moment, because these years, they just flew by so fast, and you always hear it like, college goes by so fast, and you're like, yeah, whatever. And now you're here, your parents are coming up with you, and to me, having my two most important people beside me is like the biggest blessing, and I don't take it for granted. It's been a long distance relationship, of course, because they live in Europe, but for them just coming out here and supporting me, a senior night that, you know, I want to thank Coach Golding again for still allowing me to do a senior night, even though, you know, I'm on a different course right now. It's just really, it's a very underrated blessing. I'm so grateful that my parents were able to make it here. And yeah, we're having fun over here. So it's good. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the team. And, you know, it's just so many emotions that are like happening right now. It's even hard to explain.
No, I think I get it. I really do, guys. I think you're both going to be just having the time of your lives on Saturday. And then before you know it, next week on to Frisco and the CUSA basketball tournament, and hopefully a lot more basketball after that. And again, hoping the Miners are saving the best for last. But in the meantime, to the two of you, we want to thank you both for being here, giving us all that time today, talking about your careers leading up to this moment. And we wish you nothing but the best, not just on Saturday, but for the future, both in the basketball world and obviously in the professional world for you, Gilles. Great to see you're getting it done.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you for having us, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.